So let's talk about something that so many companies get wrong, the vision statement. You know, that thing that's supposed to be a North Star for everyone, but usually just ends up collecting dust in a company handbook. Today, we're going to figure out how to write one that actually works. But first, let me ask you something, a little gut check. If you went around and asked 5 different people on your team where the company is headed in the next, say, 5 or 10 years, would you get the same answer? Or even a similar one? Really think about that. Because if there's confusion right there at the core, it's going to affect everything. And you know, that gut check is really important. A recent Gallup poll found that only 22% of employees feel like their leaders have a clear direction for the company. Just 22%. That's kind of wild. It means almost 8 out of every 10 people are showing up to work without a real sense of where they're all going together. And that is a huge drain on motivation. So how do you fix that? How do you close that gap? Well, it all starts with building a strategic roadmap, a really clear and frankly exciting picture of your company's future. And the heart of that roadmap, that's your company vision. Just think of it as your destination. It's not about what you're doing today or the tasks on your to-do list. It's about where you all want to end up. It answers that one big, simple question, where do we want to go? Now, this is where a lot of people get tangled up. Vision versus mission. What's the difference? It's actually pretty simple. Your mission is about the present. It's what you do right now and who you do it for. Your vision, on the other hand, is all about the future. It's where you're headed. So the mission is the ground you're standing on. The vision is the mountain you're aiming to climb. Okay, so let's get practical. How do you actually build one of these things? We've boiled it down to what we're calling the vision blueprint. 7 best practices for making sure your statement actually hits the mark. So here's the checklist. First, keep it short and simple. Seriously, no corporate jargon, just 1 or 2 sentences, and make it focused. Then it has to be yours. It should reflect what makes your company unique, and it has to be about the future. And here's the tricky part. It needs to be ambitious enough to get people excited, but not so crazy that it sounds like a fantasy. And most important of all, it's got to be energizing. It has to connect with people on an emotional level. All right, so the process for creating it, it's basically 4 stages. First, you review where you are and where you want to go strategically. Then you really dig in and define what makes you, you. What's your unique secret sauce? Third, and this part is key, you draft a few versions and then you test them. Get feedback, not just from the C-suite, but from everyone. And finally, once you have it, you have to promote it everywhere and, revisit it once in a while. A vision isn't set in stone forever. It can grow with you. Okay, theory is great, but what does this look like in the real world? Let's take a look at a few companies that have just absolutely nailed their vision statements. Let's start with a big one, Amazon. To be the Earth's most customer-centric company, that is huge, right? But then they bring it right back down to earth, where customers can find and discover everything they might want to buy online. It's that combination of massive ambition and crystal clear focus that guides literally everything they do. And then you have the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Look at Oxfam. 4 words. A world without poverty. That's it. It is just a masterclass in simplicity, right? It's instantly memorable, it's incredibly powerful, and there's absolutely no question what they are trying to achieve. And hey, this isn't just for global giants. Check out this one from Sports Art. Turn every workout into usable, clean, and renewable energy. How cool is that? It's so specific, so innovative, you immediately get what makes them different and how they're connected to a much bigger purpose. All right, so let's say you do it. You put in the work, you craft this perfect vision statement. So what? What's the actual real-world payoff of having a clear direction? Well, the payoff is huge. A truly great vision inspires people to bring their A game. It motivates everyone with a purpose that you all share. It makes you stand out from the crowd. And maybe most importantly, it becomes a filter for every single strategic decision you make, from the big ones to the small ones. So look, a vision statement isn't just some fluffy piece of corporate branding. It's a promise. It's a declaration of the future that you and your team are going to build together. So that really just leaves one last question for you to think about. What future will your vision create?